This video is sponsored by Care of.
Parents, you have got to stop doing these things, or I swear to God, your children are going to be talking about these Disneyland trips in therapy when they're older. Okay, I'm not a cast member anymore, so here's a list of all of the things that I have been dying to tell parents at Disneyland. Honestly, a lot of these things are just common courtesy, but here's the thing. Common courtesy and common sense go right out the window when families go to Disneyland. Don't direct complaints of how expensive this trip is at your children. I went to Disneyland a few days ago with the boys. Look how happy these little guys are. And like many Disney trips, I wanted a pickle. So I go to the closest pickle cart and I see this dad talking to his two children, both of them clearly less than 10. They're just buying a pickle and he's like,
"Do you know how expensive you guys are? Do you know how much money you're costing me?"
"It's a pickle."
Daddy, chill.
These children have no way to contribute financially to your family. Didn't you know that you were going to Disneyland where everything is overpriced? If a pickle is what was gonna put you over the edge, maybe you should have brought your own jar from home. And that's totally fine. People bring their own food to Disney all the time. But when you direct comments like these at children, they're gonna remember. And they're gonna have relationship issues with finances for years to come if that is the mindset that you are driving into their brains. Do I personally think that Disney overcharges for food? Hell yeah! Especially when you consider a lot of the ingredients in their food is made with generic brand products, so Disney makes dollars, not cents. Stop forcing your young children to meet the characters. Believe me, we know how much your baby just loves Mickey Mouse Playhouse back at home. But here's the thing. Mickey Mouse at Disneyland is much bigger than the little Mickey Mouse that your child sees at home. And his face doesn't move, and his eyes don't blink.
Quick tangent. Never let your baby kiss Mickey's nose. Just trust me.
If you notice that your child is too scared to actually go up to the character, don't force them. Stand a few feet away. The characters are trained at maintaining an interaction from a distance. They'll be fine. Do you really want a picture with Mickey next to your screaming baby? Is that how you want to remember the trip? Congrats. That's exactly how your child's gonna remember it too. If they remember it at all. In which case, why bother? Grab your freaking kids. It happens every single day. Character has an interaction and then they have a line next to them. And one kid will get so excited and they will run in and interrupt another family's interaction with the character. I get it, kids can be wiggly, but if you see your kid doing that, it is your responsibility to either prevent it or scoot your kid back. Aw, he's just a kid, it happens. And that's right, but you're the adult. You are the parent. You are responsible for this. Because I'm guessing after you wait in line for your child to meet the character, you don't want a stranger running into your photos now, do you? Be courteous. Nobody wants a lost child situation. I still remember hanging out with Mickey Mouse in Town Square at about 10 o'clock at night. I noticed that there was a little girl just standing by herself watching other kids interact with me. And she was standing there for a long time. Finally, one of the hosts started talking to her and eventually they got security. Turned out she had been separated from her family since 2 o'clock in the afternoon. How do you go 8 hours without knowing where your small child is? According to the child, her and her family were all on the train and she saw something exciting out the window and so she got off a stop earlier than the rest of her family and nobody noticed. They continued to go on rides. I don't think that they realized she wasn't with them for a while. They did eventually reunite her with her family, but clearly she was terrified. And I'm happy that her brain eventually went, I'm gonna go find Mickey Mouse and Mickey Mouse will help me. And you know what? Mickey Mouse did. But keep your eyes on your kids. I feel like keep your eyes on your kids can just apply to so much.
This is for my folks out there who like to take their vitamins. Care of is a service that offers vitamin recommendations with their online quiz. If you like what you see, they offer personalized vitamins or supplements that can be delivered straight to your door every month. I already take probiotics myself because for some reason, many of us girlies have sensitive stomachs, so I was more than happy to try out this awesome powdered option. It doesn't even need water. I've personally been to GI specialists a few times in the past and they all insisted I take probiotics. Quick reminder, if you ever feel that something is straight up wrong, definitely consult with your doctor first. So based on my own results, Karif recommended I try out some zinc, astaxanthin, a multivitamin with iron, ginseng, some collagen, and of course, probiotics. Visit the link in the description box to take the quiz and find out what's recommended for you. Use my code abelina for 50% off your first order. Thank you, Karif, for sponsoring this video.
I feel silly for even having to say this one, but don't let your kids lick the chains or the ropes or the stanch, anything. Don't let your kids lick anything. The amount of times I have seen a little kid just going to town while they're waiting in line on the stanchions, just, oh, this looks bad. You get the idea. I don't know if people realize that Disneyland is an international germ pool. It is a petri dish, just waiting for something. I'm surprised that COVID didn't start here. I mean, gosh, all the Orange County anti-vax moms managed to bring back measles. Yeah, measles. Remember that disease that we didn't have to worry about? Thanks, Orange County moms. COVID didn't start at Disneyland, but it sure could have. Don't park your strollers with your babies in it. I'm saying everything on this list because they actually happen, and this one especially really sucks because most of the time it's very hot at Disneyland. A parent parked her stroller amongst all the other strollers with her baby in it and then took off to go get on a ride or get in line for something. I don't remember what she was in line for. There was a baby in there. We had to have security come and check and wait by the stroller for mom to come back. I don't actually remember what became of mom and the child after, but wow. Doesn't matter if the baby is asleep, you do not abandon your baby at Disneyland. Stop threatening your kids that the cast members are gonna take them away. Parents will say stuff like, if you don't start behaving, that guy's gonna take you to jail. No. You want the kids to trust the cast members because, again, in the horrible event that your kid gets lost in the park, believe me, you want your kids to seek out anybody with an actual cast member button so that way they can get to safety. Don't force your kid to look at the camera every single time. And honestly, maybe this is like a little bit of a creative thing, but you can still get a nice photo, like a candid moment, like a real life moment. If they're having trouble looking at the camera, it happens. Get the actual interaction. Maybe get like a photo of them looking at the castle or something. Not everything has to be posed looking at the camera. I promise you, you're just kind of scaring and confusing the kid when there's a photographer, mom, and maybe another person right here saying, look here, look here, look here. It's confusing. Just get the nice candid ones. If you can't get the posed one, it's okay. Don't lie to the cast members to try to get into a closed line or to try to cut in line because it rarely ever works. We've heard it all. But the baby's not gonna remember. They are one. They don't care about anything. We have a flight to catch. Well, LAX is pretty far. Why would you come to Disneyland the day of a flight? You should go now. We have been here all day and we haven't seen Mickey Mouse once. Listen, lady, I'm not gonna tell you how many, but there's plenty of opportunities to meet Mickey Mouse at Disneyland. It's almost as if he's everywhere. Have you tried knocking on his house in Toontown? I promise, he's there from the time the park opens to the time the park closes. He's there. And lastly, you don't have to maximize the fun by rushing to every little thing back to back. It's okay to take a rest. Go watch a show or something. That counts as rest. Your child's feet are gonna hurt by the end of the day. Disney is a lot of walking. Their little feet can only go so far. And guess who's gonna be carrying them at the end of the night? You, who also has sore feet. I know a lot of these probably seem redundant, but I'm telling you, something happens when people go to Disneyland and they're just in vacation mode. And like I said, common sense goes out the window. Maybe this will be a helpful reminder. And clearly this is not to say that all parents do this at Disney, and these parents definitely leave an impression, not only on us, but on their own kids. So please, don't do these things when you go to Disneyland with your children. Have a fun trip. Alrighty folks, thank you so much for watching. If you can just hit that like and subscribe button, you will make this former cast member very happy. Enjoy the ride or enjoy this next video. Have a magical day.